Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I coach people and organizations to play big. And today I'm talking to you as an HR professional or as a hiring manager. If you're screening resumes or screening people, I want to help you be a little bit more effective. Now, whether it's your applicant tracking system or you're getting resumes directly, I have to do a better job of refining the quality of what you're actually reviewing. And I want to make the first suggestion, which is, if you're running ads on sites that offer you the option, there we go, I have it spelled correctly now. If you're running ads on sites that offer you the option to use pre-screening questions, always use pre-screening questions. In your advertising, here's a couple of things I want to encourage you to employ. Number one is a statement, and this is obviously contingent upon whether or not you can do visa transfers, which I encourage you to do. But if you can't, use language that indicates we're unable to transfer a visa at this time, so that perhaps some of those respondents will be dissuaded from actually applying. Many will, so it's not a guarantee. Excuse me, I just had blood drawn and I want to take off the item on my arm. So, some people will still attempt to apply, and you can't stop those, but you're going to get rid of some of them. Next is indicate that you're not going to use third-party recruiters or consulting firms. Again, some will still do it, but like in the case of the well, let's just say with third-party recruiters, you can block the email address and block the entire domain from your system and never have to worry about them again. Just send everything to spam. Another thing that I really encourage you to do is if you're advertising your positions, I want to encourage you to have standardized questions in your advertising that is designed to help you screen. So, when applying, please respond to these questions. How long have you worked with? How long have you done this? Many job boards that you may advertise on offer this as a feature. Take advantage of it, because anything that you do that saves time has value to you. Now, some people are going to ignore it. And just simply in your advertising, you can say, we will not respond until we get answers to these questions. I know that there are people who are sending me emails and they have their name and phone number. I have no idea where they're living because, as you know, these days, name, phone number, and email address. These days, a phone number doesn't tell us a location because phone numbers are portable. So, for example, I live in North Carolina. I have a 516 mobile number that reflects my time living outside of New York. How would anyone know that? So I'm always sending back a series of questions. I would encourage you to do what I do here, and that's create a signature file. Unless this person is so perfect, jump all over them. But, I create a signature in Outlook that allows you to respond back with a couple of standardized questions. I'm also using Dragon Naturally Speaking these days, and I'm finding it's a big time saver. I'm running on Windows 10 with Office 2016. If you're running older versions, just be careful with which version of Dragon you pick up on. But I find that Dragon is terrific for learning my voice and transcribing well. Not perfect, but extremely good, and is a big time saver. So this way, for example, my standard signature has 4 or 5 questions, and sometimes I want to add one question because, for example, someone may respond with their name as Zishan A. I want to know if this person's in my system, and they may have changed email addresses. So I've got my signature, and then I use Dragon to say, what is your last name? ? And I'm getting data that's helpful to me. You may not care, but I do. Look at ways that you can save some time for yourself. Your job is filling jobs, not being a clerk. And I encourage you, collect as much data as you can at the time of application or the pre-application process in order to save some time. By the way, with those standard questions I want you to ask that relate to the job, every candidate has to be asked the same questions in the same order, whether it's the email address, whether you're emailing the questions to them, whether they're responding to an ad, or at the time you're interviewing someone, they have to be asked in the same order with the same follow-up. So, for example, you might say, do you have experience with such and such? Fine. Tell me about that. How long, how recently have you worked with it? Again, standardized questions, because what I want you to do is start recording data on in a way that visually you can make comparisons between people. Because when you think about it, and this was proven by a podcast I listened to, sometimes we listen differently to different people. So Freakonomics did a podcast talking about gender bias and gender segregation, and called attention to the fact that women respond to different types of questions, when you make comparisons, bias gets in the way. So accumulate the data in a neutral way. So you've got a key that makes the comparison. So let's say you've got a standardized questioning form and you jot down the answers. Give it to your admin, have them compile it. No name, just a key that lets you know later on that candidate A is so-and-so. And then start comparing across rather than down. Because what you'll find is you'll see better answers at certain times from one person or another, and that's what you're looking for. You want to be able to grade the results. So, hope you found this helpful. Hope you have a great day, and take care. Oh, by the way, if I can help you with staffing positions, call me at 646-374-8656 or email me at jeff.altman@thebiggamehunter.us. Take care.